Hey everyone, COE33 here with another game room tour for you. And today we're going to take a look at one of my favorite collections, which is the Final Fantasy collection. So Final Fantasy is probably my favorite RPG series. I've been playing them since around the PlayStation 1 era. So when Final Fantasy 7 came out, I picked that up, and that was the first RPG that really kind of got me hooked on the genre, the RPG genre. Before that, as a kid, I played a lot of like side-scrolling beat-em-ups and shmups and platformers and stuff like that. So it wasn't really until Final Fantasy VII that I fell in love with RPGs, and I still love them to this day. I've played almost all the Final Fantasies from 7 to 15. And I enjoy collecting the various games and the figures and different stuff in the Final Fantasy universe, and looking forward to sharing this with you. Now on the TV here, on the CRT, we have one of my favorite Final Fantasy games, which is Final Fantasy IX, and this is running on the PS1 on a CRT television, and I still enjoy coming back to this game every once in a while and playing it. Really great story, kind of a fun, more whimsical vibe to it, which I quite enjoy. And then on the TV over here, we have another of my favorite entries in the series, which is Final Fantasy X. And I love this game. Amazing music, really interesting story and combat, and another one that's always a lot of fun to play. When the PlayStation 2 came out, I believe this was the first game I picked up for my PlayStation 2, and I definitely put a lot of hours into Final Fantasy X. So why don't we go ahead and come over here and take a look at the collection. All our Final Fantasy games and memorabilia are in this display cabinet over here. And as you can see, we have quite a few games here. Now, there's some glaring omissions. We still definitely need to pick up the kind of, I would say, Super Nintendo era Final Fantasy games. Definitely got to get those. I'm always looking for a good deal when we're out on the hunt. And hopefully soon we'll be able to pick up those. But definitely a lot of games here, so why don't we just get right into it. Starting with the original, the OG Final Fantasy on the Nintendo. Definitely stoked to have that in the collection, and yeah, just awesome. That's where it started, so pretty cool. All the way up to the most recent one, which is Final Fantasy 15, the deluxe edition on the Xbox One. Now I actually want to pick this up on the PC and play it possibly again, because I really enjoyed it, and I would like to play it with kind of enhanced graphics on the PC, and I think that would be a lot of fun. Probably my favorite Final Fantasy, which is Final Fantasy 9 on the PlayStation 1. Love this game, and still a lot of fun to play. And then we got another great game. Now this one was a little bit boring, I thought, Final Fantasy VIII. I really enjoyed it, but the story dragged on a bit, if I remember correctly. Now it's been a while since I played it, so I could be wrong. But definitely the FMV in this game was really amazing at the time. And as always, good soundtrack. These Final Fantasy games are pretty known for their soundtracks. And of course, most people's favorite, which is Final Fantasy VII, and I'm looking forward to the reboot of this and checking that out, because this is a great story, and I really enjoyed playing through this back in the day. And oh, we got a little crack in ours here. I'll have to get a new case for this. And definitely a groundbreaking game at the time, and really stoked to have that in the collection. And then, let's see here, behind here we've got some like Final Fantasy merch. What is this? This is a calendar. I think someone sent this to us in a We Got Mail. That's really cool. So a little calendar. And then we got Final Fantasy Tactics on the PlayStation 1. Awesome. Stoked to have that. And then this came in the deluxe edition of Final Fantasy 15. This is like a decal that you put on your Xbox One controller. So that's cool. We got some PSP Final Fantasy games, including Final Fantasy. And this is still sealed. And then we have this guy right here. Whoa, both the PSP Final Fantasy games are sealed. I'll have to throw those in the PSP and check them out. Because I usually play the Final Fantasy games on the console, so I don't think I've actually played one on a handheld. Oh, that's not true. I played Final Fantasy X on the Vita. And I played it for the second time around. I played it with the HD remaster. And definitely looks good on the Vita, on that OLED screen. And that was a lot of fun. Definitely one of my favorites. And yeah, just a great game. I'm sure a lot of you have played it. And then we've got some collector's editions. Now, Square Enix, they have an online store. And every Black Friday, definitely I would recommend, if you like picking up games or you collect or whatever, go into the Square Enix store on Black Friday and checking out their deals because they have some crazy deals. And I've picked up almost all the like collector's editions that we have here, like for dirt cheap on Black Friday. And I've kept them sealed just because I've played all these games, and there's no real reason for me to open it. Who knows? I may open it at some point. I don't know. But for now, they're sealed. So we've got 13-2 collector's edition. Awesome. We've got the Final Fantasy X and 10-2 collector's edition HD remaster for the PlayStation 3. Really stoked to have that. That's cool. And then we've got this figure over here, and that's pretty cool. Where did I get that? I think I got that at like a garage sale. I could be wrong. You know, I picked up a lot of this stuff a while ago, so it's hard for me to remember everything. And then as stuff falls, we've got, let's see, what do we have here? We've got a loose copy of Crisis Core. Now, I thought I had the case for this, but I was looking for it and I couldn't find it. And then we have Final Fantasy X-2, Final Fantasy 12, Final Fantasy 11, Final Fantasy 13-2, Final Fantasy X. We have Advent Children, the DVD. We have The Spirits Within on DVD. We have Final Fantasy 13. And then we've got the Final Fantasy 13 Collector's Guide. And behind that, we've got, it's kind of hard, it's a small space here, so, you know, I'm making a mess here, but oh well, whatever. What do we got here? We got, oh, I think that's the, which one is this? Lightning Returns or something like that? Yeah, I haven't played that one, Lightning Returns. I should check that out for the Xbox 360. Yeah, you know, the RPGs are kind of hard to play sometimes these days because it takes so much time. So like when Final Fantasy 15 came out, I had to block out time because I knew I wanted to play it, and I knew it was going to take some doing, and it did. I think about 60 hours I probably put into Final Fantasy 15, and that can be hard to do sometimes these days. But I'm not complaining because it was a lot of fun. And I think that's our Final Fantasy collection, guys. So yeah, the Super Nintendo games are probably the highest item on the list, and I'm looking forward to picking those up. And I definitely made a mess here. I should find out, maybe like move the Final Fantasy collection up and have 2 shelves for it, because we're running out of room there. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Definitely an awesome series to collect for and play. And that's it for this video. So thanks so much for watching, and until next time, bye.